Hi there, welcome to Real Life Conversation. It's been a minute, it's been very long, but we said we cannot finish this month of mental health manenos without having an episode on that, and that's what you're going to be addressing. And in studio today, I have Priscilla Wangare. She's a very seasoned life coach and also does a lot of training on mental health. So I'll ask her in a minute or 30 seconds just to introduce herself, and then we're going to get right into it. So karibu sana. Don't forget to subscribe, to like the content we're going to put up, and we're going to have several series on this. Karibu sana, please say hi to our viewers, listeners.
Thank you so much, Pastor Janet. I'm so glad for you to have me in the studio. I'm Priscilla Wangare. I'm a trainer, life skills coach, and a counselor. I also have a company, Peak Premier Consulting Limited, and I love what I do, and I do what I love.
Amen.
Thank you so much.
I love that. You do what you love, and you love what you do.
Yes.
Me too. Me too. Asante sana. So this is mental health month. And at times, sometimes we think we know what mental health is, but what really is it? What is mental health? When you're talking about who is a mental healthy person, if I can put it that way, in your own words.
For me, I like demystifying mental health from the kawaida medical jargons, from the hormones conversation to the things we do or fail to do in a day. So for me, being mental health or self-aware is the ability to understand yourself and how you react to life situations in daily basis. Yes. Okay. Being self-aware and how you choose to react to life situations and activities every day. To me, that's being mental health.
Okay.
Yes.
So now that you have been doing this for a while, do you think, if you are to put a percentage to this, the people you have encountered, how many are mentally healthy people in Kenya? I know you have not done a research on this line, but just to see where we are, where are we in this issue of mental health as a nation?
To be honest, currently as a country, with what's going on economically, with the parenting gaps and all the situations around our communities right now, I'll say out of 10, 3 people are self-aware. Yes, 3 people. We are all in different stages of not being mentally healthy, including the children, unfortunately. Yes.
All right. What is the worst that can happen if we continue in this trend? What is worrying about this trend? What is the worst that can happen if we continue the way we are going on?
I'll not say what is the worst that is going to happen. I think we're already hitting the worst point. Because if you look at our mainstream media news every day, the level of suicide has gone up, especially with the male gender. Suicide rates have gone up, depression rates have gone up, domestic violence has gone up. True. Unfortunately, even our children, as young as below 10 years, are committing suicide. When we were growing up, did that used to happen?
Not really.
So we are already at a red line, according to me. And we need to take this conversation to the next level. Yes.
What do we need to do? Let's go there. What do we need to do? I know maybe it's on different levels, but let me just let you decide how you want to tackle this. What should we do as a society?
From where I sit, it's important first to acknowledge that you're in a crisis. Okay. Psychologically, it's a crisis. And even the leadership of this country need to acknowledge there's a crisis, not only to the adult fraternity, but even to young children, even at school level. First things first, let's acknowledge that we are having a society that is not okay psychologically. But again, as Kenyans, as we say Kenyans on Twitter, we are so good at camouflaging and ranting online. So this ranting online where we say Kenyans on Twitter, then it's like a hashtag that trends, that when Kenyans tweet on Twitter land on you. But again, when we take very serious issues and create jokes and fun out of it and create hashtags out of it, and that has become our coping mechanism. But you see, that is just a situation where we are hiding, we are rubbing, we are sweeping the real issues under the carpet. We don't handle it. So first things is to accept that you're in a crisis. Then start creating awareness.
Okay.
Start creating awareness. At what point do you start realizing that I'm not okay? Then start preaching the gospel of it is okay not to be okay, and seeking help is not a sign of weakness. Then can we also create platforms where people can seek help? Yes.
All right.
And avoid the stigmatization.
when would you say it's not okay? What are some of the signs, if somebody is experiencing, they know this, they need to seek that help when you know it's not okay?
Like I started, when we started the conversation, I said my approach is always simplified, demystified, hands-on approach. For example, you as a person, Pastor Janet, you understand your sleeping patterns.
Okay.
When you feel like you've closed your eyes, but your brain is running, is that normal?
No.
It's not normal. When your sleeping patterns have changed, when your eating patterns have changed. If it's children, sometimes you can notice, even adults. I used to be a social person. Suddenly, I'm isolating myself. It's unfortunate that some parents will tell you, my child has really grown up and now they prefer privacy. But is that their personality? Could it be they're running away from something? Someone used to be social.
Adolescents?
Yes. You can't just associate it with adolescent directly. You need to dig deeper.
There may be something else there.
Yes. At the workplace, I was this bubbly person. I could come to the office. I greet everybody. Suddenly, I don't talk to anyone. I'm so brief. I used to go for lunch when everybody is going for lunch. Suddenly, I'm not eating. Your eating habits have changed. I used to understand how to reply to emails, even at the workplace. If it's my conversation with Janet, I'll not copy everybody. Suddenly, I'm copying everybody.
That is worrisome.
Yes, yes.
What is going on?
I'm seeking attention. I'm seeking attention.
Okay.
You know, most of the time when you're talking about mental health and how do you pick the signs, we look at complications like Priscilla is screaming, she's removing clothes, she's abusing people. No. Sometimes I behave very decent according to you, but literally I'm seeking attention. If a computer has an error, it will give you a computer error message. When a human being has an error in our minds, we will give a signal. We'll give you a signal. And the signal is very simple and human. Like the way I've said, eating habits, sleeping habits. Sometimes it's the way I socialize, how I respond to issues. I never used to explode. Suddenly I'm exploding. I used to be verbal. Suddenly I'm so quiet. I will send a message. There's a message I'll send. Others, it's grooming.
Yeah.
I'm not so into details like I used to. I'm communicating. Yes. Others, it's time management. I used to be this person who is so much on time, on deadlines. I'm hands-on. Suddenly, I don't care. I'm sending a message. Yes. But who is keen to spot the signal that I'm giving?
Nobody.
So we need to be a brother's keeper.
It has to be me.
Yes.
Or be others keepers.
Yes. So it's a matter
it's
of...
a busy society. People might notice, but they don't stop to ask because we are a busy society.
It's important we start being intentional about our brothers and sisters and people around us. When you make a relationship intentional, I will notice when you start changing. Yes.
Okay.
I will notice when something is amiss.
And it's important to know these signs because I remember, I don't know if I shared with you, but sometime last year, I had that thing. You're going to sleep, you're exhausted, but your head refuses to shut down. And I didn't know, I couldn't understand until I watched something where somebody described that, as fatigue and this, you're going to get into crisis if you continue this way. So those signs that you have mentioned, those are important for somebody to look out for themselves. Are you experiencing? And when you see some of the signs, what are you supposed to do?
When you start seeing those signs, then it immediately your body is communicating. It's telling you, I'm not okay, we are not okay. Then start identifying what is making me not okay. The activities around me, the situations around me, at the workplace, in my marriage, my relationship with my children, maybe my expectations in life. Because you see, sometimes like the current space we are in, expectations is killing us. We have become a generation of expectations and entitlement. What expectations do you have that are killing you? Are you feeling so entitled? Like now, there's a way sometimes I feel like Kenyans, we feel so entitled.
Entitled to what?
I would like you to elaborate that. To the leadership, the serikali saidia mentality. Can we manage what to expect?
Okay.
Because if you don't learn to manage what to expect, our children are so entitled. Now, when you can't provide what they're feeling entitled to, they're getting depressed. Employees are entitled. When they can't manage what they're feeling entitled to, they're getting depressed. Employers are also very entitled. That's why you have targets, KPIs, expectations. But when these expectations are not met, what happens? You lose yourself. And on that, when I'm doing the mental health advocacy, I always say, from a Christian perspective, I create the 11th commandment. Blessed are those who don't expect from others, for they shall not be disappointed.
Interesting.
Yes, blessed are those who don't expect from others, for they shall not be disappointed.
But we have to have some expectations.
Managed.
Managed
yes, the word is managed.
Managed expectations.
Because we are human.
Yeah.
I might fulfill, I might not reach your standards.
Okay.
Can you manage what you expect? Put
I
an
hear
allowance
you.
for disappointment, so that if it doesn't go the way you expected, you don't lose yourself. Because at the end of the day, I'm human. You're expecting from me. Yes, I have my shortcomings.
All right.
Yes.
So introspect. You know, when you see the signs, introspect. And what point should you go seek for help? You know, sometimes even introspecting is a skill, kinda, that you need to be equipped. What if you don't know how to introspect? Like as I was telling you, when it was happening to me last year, I'm noticing I can't stop. My head is refusing to stop. You know, I could not have helped myself. I could not have introspected really. Sometimes you need help. When do you know that you need to get help, and what kind of help is out there for people?
Okay. When you talk of seeking help, first is acknowledging that seeking help is not a sign of weakness. Seeking help is a sign of maturity and emotional intelligence, that I'm accepting I'm not well, I'm accepting I need help, I'm accepting I need others. It doesn't mean I'm weak, okay? And I'm accepting it is okay not to be okay.
All right.
So you pass through that stigma process of feeling shy and feeling ashamed. Then you reach out. Now, seeking help, it doesn't have to be medical, because not everything is to a psychiatric level.
Proportioned.
Seeking help can be something so simple as walking to a friend and sharing with them what you're going through.
Okay.
Most of the time, we will not have solutions to your problems. But the fact that I listened, listening is a tool. Listening is medicine. There's a reason why God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we talk less and listen more. There's power in listening. When you listen, when someone listens to you, you connect. There's a part of you that heals. There's garbage that gets out. And through that process of listening, you might trigger a conversation. Then it hits you, oh, even my situation is not that bad.
Okay.
Or, oh, I thought this was tailored for me. Kumbe, most people are going through it. So the difference is not what I'm going through. It is how am I reacting to what I'm going through. Okay? Even seeking help can be divine, spiritual, prayer, you know?
All right.
God is our Father. When we reach out to him through prayer, he will answer us. Maybe some of the things that are frustrating you is you want something to happen now, and now it's urgent according to you. But then when you're praying, God tells you, wait.
All right.
And when you choose to listen and wait, your body just bounces back to being okay. Okay? Some of also the help we can reach out to is self-help, looking for a healthy distraction.
Okay.
A healthy distraction. Like you can choose to have a walk. You can choose to enroll to a gym. You can choose to just go to the shamba and enjoy nature. You know, we are also self-healing yourself. You can choose to be listening to music and have me moment. You can choose to go to a spa and spoil yourself. It doesn't have to be helped through somebody else.
Okay.
First, when you identify you have a problem, definitely you will get a way out on how to get help. It can also be self-healing. Like they have said, I can decide to go for swimming. Just get a healthy distraction method. Yes.
Oh, interesting. And I like the way you're saying, when you're saying mental health, we're not trying to say everybody to go to a psychiatrist, everybody to go for medication. That's not what we are saying. When we are saying 7 out of 10 people might be having mental issues, we're not trying to say all these 7 people should check themselves into Madari or something like that. That's not what we are saying, you know. But it distracts our lives, so we need to do something. What would you say about prevention of mental health? What are some of the self-care, tips you can give?
Some of the self-care tips I can give, let me start with the one I've mentioned over and over again. manage what you expect.
Manage what you expect.
From life, from your spouse, from your kids, from your church, from your president, from your neighbor, even from your siblings, even from yourself.
Okay.
Some of us say...
Fafanua that. You're on that point, like it's a big... Yes, I want you to fafanua, yes.
You overrate yourself. You don't understand your ability as a person. You don't understand your personality and its limitations. You don't understand your skill and its limitations.
Okay.
Okay? Let me give an example, and that weakness is mostly with firstborns. They always want to make sure that everybody is, they become the head boys and the head girls of the home. You want to put everybody in check. But can you control everybody? Can you determine how we all behave at the same time and how we respond? So can you be in a position where even at leadership at work, you manage what to expect from others? Even from your spouse, there's a certain level you can control an adult. Actually, is there anything like controlling an adult?
The adult will do what an adult wants to do.
Exactly. So the fact that you raised your dissatisfaction with my behavior and I keep on doing it and doing it and doing it, then it's a choice. So at that point, it should hit you that at this moment, I think I need to guard my space. Because this person, they have chosen that path and they're enjoying it. So if I keep on giving that path attention, I will hurt myself.
Okay.
Even from your children. Some parents are depressing their children. They're also depressing themselves. You're forcing this child to get an A grade. Unfortunately, even you never got that grade. So you're trying to white out your past expectations through your children. Do you understand who is in your house? Do you understand who you gave birth to? Okay. Number 2 is taking personal responsibility. Stop the blame game. At what point do you say, yenyewe, this is my own doing. I need to accept that I created this situation and I need to work on it. And I stop blaming others. And you know, saying the word sorry, forgive me, it is not easy, because at that point I always say you're a brand in your own personal level. You're a brand. As a mother, you're a brand to your children. As a husband, you're a brand to your wife. As a wife, even to our house girls, we are brands. Okay? You cannot build a brand and build an ego at the same time. When your brand is going up, your ego must go down. When your ego is going up, your brand is going down. But do you know how many times we create a very stressful situation in our houses simply because you have chosen the ego? You can't say, I'm sorry. You can't say, forgive me. You can't say, let's talk. You don't want to go down. Because for you, it's about winning an argument. You might win an argument, but end up getting depressed. You rather lose the argument and restore your peace. Okay? So taking personal responsibility and accepting this one is my responsibility. The other one I'll say is choosing what you hear, what you allow into your eyes and into your ears. Okay? Biblically, when we say guarding your heart, it doesn't mean literally building a fence. How do you guard your heart? Through your 5 senses. Your 5 senses are your ears, your eyes, your mouth, your nose, and your hands. Can you guard what you touch, what you put your hands on? Guard what comes out of your mouth. Guard what goes into your nose. Guard what goes into what you see, and guard what you hear. Because that's how you feed your heart. You feed your heart through your 5 senses. Can you take control of your 5 senses?
What should I watch out for?
For example, you know, there are things that we really take lightly. For example, there's a movie you can watch and after that movie you get depressed. You get so stressed out. Psychologically you get disturbed. There's certain type of music we can listen to and it just spoils your day. Even conversation. You know, the gossiping, talking about people instead of talking to people. What are you allowing? Complaints, listening to complaints. Who are you associating with? People are complaining about everything. The economy, they complain about it. I understand we are not at a good place.
As a nation,
But complaining 24 hours about it, will it change anything?
It's stressing you more.
It's stressing you more. There are people who complain 24 hours lamenting. They always open that book of lamentation in life. And even the Bible series, the way it is, after lamentation, it's Exodus. You'll exit. You'll exit from your happiness. You'll exit from so many things. Okay? What are you listening to? What is coming out of your mouth? Are you the complainant yourself? You never see anything good. No good compliment comes out of your mouth. You're full of negativity. Okay. And negativity is like slow puncher. Sooner or later, it will catch up with you. Okay? Your hands, what are you putting your hands on? Yeah, Kenyans, we have a weakness. We tend to think every deal belongs to us. Not every deal belongs to you. Not every advertisement was meant for you. Not every promotion was meant for you. Okay. Some of us have bought investments because of an advert or a promotion without scrutinizing, was it really meant for me? So you get yourself into an investment that sooner or later, it becomes a source of depression to you. Okay. That house, that mortgage you decided to sign in, that plot you decided to have, that loan you decided to have, was it meant for you? Did you think about it? Or you just ran into it because the advert was good?
And everybody else was doing it.
And everybody else was doing it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And my biggest is choosing your fight. Okay. And on this one, I like using the analogy of the river. The African rivers, the wild rivers, which is artificial, we create them with cement. The real river, if you observe the river, a stream can be, at some point, it can be so fast, the way it flows. Then it reaches a point, it is very slow. The same stream. Then it reaches a point, it goes under the rocks and you can't see it. Okay. And sometimes it reaches a point, it goes above the rocks, you can see it. Sometimes it carries dirt and it's very dirty. Okay. But the same stream, you reach somewhere and it is very clean. Can you behave like the river? Know when to pick dirt, when to drop dirt. Which rock to go up, which rock to go under. When to go fast, when to go slow. In other words, choose your fights. There's some fights people are getting themselves into at their workplace. They know very well they can't win. But they're in it. There's some arguments you get yourself into. You know very well you can't win. But you're into it. Can you choose your fights in life? Understand your space. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice tips. Most of the time when you hear self-care, you expect, go swim, go as in take it easy, which is part of it. But I like how the points you have brought out. We don't think about those things, So mental health, that's it. As we finish, our time is running out. What is your parting shot on this issue of mental health? What would you say? If there's one thing you'd say to Kenyans, about mental health, what do you think? What would that be?
My mantra, and I've noted it in my book that I've authored on mental health and self-care. The title of the book is Disconnect. My mantra is, let's stop being human doings, we become human beings.
I've seen that.
That keeps me going. No matter what is happening, at the end of the day, remember you're human. The minute you appreciate the fact that you're human and you're alive, the rest you can handle as you go. It might not happen your way, but look at the positive. For example, it doesn't have to happen the way I want now. But I can enjoy the moment of now. Even in the Bible, God lives in the moment of now. When God introduces himself, he says, I am who I am. He doesn't say, I was, I am, I will be. He says, I am who I am, which means even God lives in the moment of now. Pastor Janet, from where I sit, if you learn to enjoy the moment now, without worrying so much about the past, without overthinking about the future, and enjoying the moment now, and see what you can handle now, life will be good.
How do you stop worrying about tomorrow? I know you're supposed to be... How are you not supposed to be not worry about tomorrow? Live in the now. How do you live in the
Appreciate the fact that you have limitations.
Okay.
That's why you're human. Because as much as I'm not saying you don't plan. You plan, but understand there's limitations. And it doesn't hurt to put an allowance for disappointment. It's always good to put an allowance and understand it might go the way I expect. It might, not go. Even when you're going to God, when you're going before the Lord in prayer, must he answer yes?
No.
Sometimes he'll tell us
Wait,
no. Sometimes he will say wait.
Or not this way, that way.
Yeah, what if we approach life with that dimension? That I might come with this expectation, it might go the yes way, it might go the no way, it might go the wait way.
Yeah.
So even as I'm embracing you as a friend, not all the time you will please me. Sometimes you will disappoint me.
You're just a human.
Sometimes you will put me in a suspense account. I really don't know if you're my friend or if you're not, because you're also going through your own situations. Even as I'm parenting, my child doesn't have to turn the way I expect 100%, because they're different individuals from me. That's why we're having different names, different birth certificates. They have their own lives. Yes, they're smaller fellows. It's just we look at them as kids, but they're smaller fellows with their own mindset, with their own personality. Yes. So understand the fact that I'm human. Let me live the moment of now and know that life is full of yes, wait, and no. And lastly, learn to package what I call a suitcase of no.
What is
Suitcase of no is learning to put boundaries. Knowing when to say no to that conversation, knowing when to say no to that party, knowing when to say no to that friend, knowing when to say no to that deal. Understand when to say no. In other words, learn to put healthy boundaries. Putting boundaries does not mean I hate you. It just means I'm self-aware of myself. I can't be everywhere doing everything. No.
Wow, what a conversation.
Thank you.
I wish we had more time, but we'll have another episode, actually 2 more episodes coming, so watch out for them. Until next time, thank you. This has been Real Life Conversation, and I have been with Priscilla Wangaro in studio. Yet we'll see you again next week. God bless.
Thank you.